Hello. Hi.
Hey
Assalamu
Suhail,
alaikum.
how are you? Walaikum salam.
I'm good. I'm good. A very happening week as always. How are you doing?
Ah, nice. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. It was kind of a happening weekend, happening
Mm.
Sunday, but rest of it was pretty normal. Yeah, we can talk about it more.
Okay. All right. All right. So I was thinking we can make, our swimming a regular thing that we discuss. What do you think
Hmm.
about it?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think because since you started talking about it, I've
Hmm.
started swimming more. Like, yeah, it's a good idea
Yeah,
to
that's
do that.
good. That's good. So I'll talk about my swimming that happened this week. So I think I went twice, and so the first time I went, so I think I mentioned this to you, right? Like I use my nose, I don't know what you call it, like nose pads for swimming. You know about it?
Yeah,
Okay.
you told me
So
last time. Yeah.
so I use it. So this time when I went, I kind of lost it I don't know where I lost it. So I just lost it. And it was a bit, I was bummed a bit because I kind of got used to it. I am used to it right now. But
Hmm.
nonetheless, I went for the swim and it was a bit uncomfortable. So I'm used to water not going in my nose. So that feeling of water in your nose, I mean, it's not a good feeling, right? And but it went fine. It went fine. Not a big issue. Like it was there in my head. I think maybe it's just in my head that I need it. Um, so I ordered one today. So I just had a swim just 1 hour back, and with it, still good. Um, so it was a good swim. So my timings again, I do my 1 kilometer, in the small pool, 25 meters, and the timings have not improved much, but still, like for me, it's just exercise. It's not about competing with myself, but it's something I track for sure. What about you?
Yeah, like help me understand a bit. Like, why do you use
Mhm.
the nose strip? Is it when you go towards the edge of the pool, you uh, rotate and go? What do you call it? What
No,
do you call that? Like,
I don't know. I don't know what it's called.
there's a word. You go to the edge of the pool, you
Yeah,
roll front, and then using your leg, you do kick and launch yourself towards the other end.
yeah, that's the efficient way of, let's say, changing the direction. But I don't know how to do it right now. And you need a little bigger pool. And I don't know, I'm not confident. But I'm not using it for that purpose. It's just in general when I'm swimming, like doing the strokes, that's when I find it most useful.
Ah, okay. I've never found. Maybe I've never felt the need for it, but
Hmm.
maybe I can try it. So yeah, breathing is one of the most important
Hmm.
part in when to breathe, how to breathe, all that. I think is a very important part of swimming. So I'm assuming
Of
you
course.
breathe only through your mouth.
Yes, of course. So what made me try it is, so when I got the goggles, I feel like without goggles it's very difficult. If it's not
Yep.
too difficult, it just gets like after the swim the eyes get watery and it's a bit it stings a
Red,
little bit.
the
Yeah,
chlorine,
red
right?
and exactly. So the goggles are there. So when I got my goggles, so it came free with the goggles. So I'm like, okay, let me just try it out and see how it goes. So both the, what do you say, the nose clips maybe, and the ear plugs. So both of these came with the pack, and I tried both of them like one day after the other, and I like both of them. So especially the earplugs are really good. It helps, in water not going. And the nose clips, I was a bit skeptical, but it has been, let's say, I feel a difference.
I think I'll try it. I think
Yeah.
I've required the earplugs sometimes, but I wear my cap in a way that it covers my ears also. But that comes off
Mm.
sometimes. So maybe a earplug is required.
Yeah.
First thing, when somebody asks me, teach me something about swimming,
Mm.
I say is, learn how to breathe. The first thing you need to do is learn how to, exhale when you are coming out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
You do that, right? You when you swim, you exhale when you come out of the, if this is the water and you are coming out of it, this is the moment you need to exhale, so that when you are out of it, all the water around your mouth
Yeah,
is totally away and you can take a good breath in.
exactly.
This is the first exercise I tell people, okay, try this first. This can really improve, get you on track
Yeah.
to yeah, that's the
So I remember when I was very young, so we used to like we went for very young, as in grade 5 or 6. Yeah. So mom and dad sent me to like a swimming coaching center, and over there they
yeah.
taught me to do this bubbling. Yeah. So that's the practice for the breathing properly. So when you go down, you breathe out, and then you breathe out and come out. Breathe in, then go down again and under the water. Breathe out. So just practice this, because this is what you're doing while you're swimming. You try to breathe out when when you're kind of underwater, and when you're coming out, and then breathe in, because you get only few, let's say, seconds, not even seconds, like a few moments, let's say, to breathe in and then go back. That's the more efficient way anyway. If you're outside all the time, it's not efficient. You get tired very early.
Yeah, and then always look towards the side, right?
Yeah.
Don't look like this. I used to do that for the longest time, and when I started looking towards the side to get a breath of air, that's
Yeah.
when I don't know the next. You could keep swimming for a long time. You don't need to,
It's tiring.
arch your back.
Correct. It is tiring. Yeah. It needs some confidence for you to do it. You need to build up that courage to get to the side and breathe.
Correct. Yep. Yeah, I also swam 2 times. It's funny because you told me that in 20 minutes you could do 1 kilometer. And I said, okay, let me try to see what I can do. I could do like around 400 meters in 20 minutes. So either you are a much better swimmer than me, or something is wrong with either my calculation or your calculation.
No, like my calculation is straightforward. Yeah, it's the pool is 25 meters. I go 40 laps, so it's simple, and I use
Oh,
watch
40
to
lap.
track it. Yeah.
Okay, last time, you know what I did? I once I wrongly entered my swimming pool length.
Okay.
And that increased my distance a lot. So 20, like I think a 25-meter pool is quite. It's half. An Olympic size is 50 meters, right?
I'm not sure about all this. I don't know. Maybe we should find out, since we are discussing all this.
Yep, 50 meter.
50
So
meters. Okay.
yeah, good. 40 is quite a lot. And how much do you like? What length of the pool did you do? A very powerful kick towards? Do you launch yourself towards the middle?
No. That's a lot. No, I don't do that. I don't know how to put it. Like, I do normal kicks. Yeah. If I do, like, I'm actually too scared to do too powerful, because what happens is if I do it too strongly, water sometimes gets into the goggles, because if it's too much of a force, like you're going through water too
Hello?
fast and water gets in. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. I think I lost you for a couple of seconds. You said when you do it too hard, the water.
The water gets into the goggles.
Yeah, that's another problem.
Yeah, so that's I avoid doing that actually by design. So I don't want to do that, because once water gets into your goggles, it gets very frustrating.
And do you do different type of strokes? Different types
No,
of
no,
strokes?
Just once.
Just freestyle, huh?
Just freestyle. Yeah.
Hmm.
I think Suhaib, like in 20 minutes, if you're doing 400, I think it's because you're just starting out. Because I have been doing like working out since the beginning of the year, so it's very different. Like, I'm in a very different, let's say, path or part of the journey than you are. So for you, 400 is like probably amazing. So I mean, if you tell this to somebody else, yeah, they would be doing maybe like 3-4 laps. I can see.
Yeah, they don't do
myself.
laps.
I know, like, I mean, they count it as laps, right? Like I used to do this. Like, oh, I went there 4 times. Today I went 4 times. Yeah, 4 times into 25, 8 into 25, around 200 meters. That used to be my whole workout. Not even like timed. It used to be like with breaks and everything. So that's where I started from, and it takes time to get to where I am. So curiously, I was checking like what's the Olympic level or what's a good level of time. So I was looking at 5 kilometers. Yeah, that's what people do as well. 5 kilometer swims, and they have a pace of 16 minutes. So 16 minutes or lower. So they
five
actually do it
kilometers.
in 5 kilometers in less than 1 hour. So that's a pace of 15. Sorry, what's that pace? 5 kilometer in 1 hour, 12 minutes. So it's crazy. So they're moving at quite a good pace, but this is generally in open water. So yeah, it's easier in seawater, but still that's a huge difference. So even me, like I don't do 20. I think you said 20 minutes. I do 21 to 22 right now. That's where I am. I'm happy with that right now. I just want to keep doing it consistently. Yeah.
Did you try diving in?
No, I'm not experimenting too much in the different types. So I used to do all that. I'll go underwater. Like I have done the full 25 meters underwater, all that. But right now it's just mainly laps in one go.
Maybe it would be useful, like all diving and all obviously not important, but maybe it would be useful if you do different types of strokes. Because if you do one style, then maybe the different types of stroke can help a different part of your body, or that. Try.
Let me see. Let me do the research.
But nothing is as smooth or easy as freestyle.
Yeah, I agree.
I guess.
Yeah. So Suhaib, last time we ended the call, you mentioned you're gonna go for the walk without your phone. Did you do that? And how was it if you did that?
No, actually, I couldn't do it because I don't want to leave Alia and the baby alone here for some reason. I just don't want, even though we live in a society, in the night. But I did it I did it next day. I just went for a walk. It was around 2 kilometers. It was good. I usually have my earphones. I don't check my phone while walking, but this time I didn't have anything, and I felt I was more aware of what was going on, other people's business. I was more interested in what other people were doing. They're out with their kids. They come out for a walk. They come out for a run. So I was interested more in that.
That's good.
That was the first experience.
That's good. First experience, okay.
I mean, like I've been out on walks, but like not like like as an experiment to mental health or mental peace.
I don't know. It's more of like you're present in that situation. Like if you have your AirPods on or you're on your phone, you're not present. You're not mindful about what's going on around you. But like even I've noticed, like I didn't go for 2 kilometers. I think 2 kilometers maybe took you like half an hour or something, maybe a bit more than that. So I went, like I go right now, not so much, but I used to like go for a walk 15 minutes, and like generally there are other people walking, so there's a walking path, so I would walk on that, and sometimes I will go with my wife as well, and if I go with her, it's just we just talk about stuff. It's nice. Like I mean, I take my phone, but I'm not on my phone. Like I don't put my AirPods on. This is another thing, without AirPods or without music or any podcast. So I used to work out without any music or this one. It was nice, but now recently, for some reason, I have started to listen to podcasts or something while I'm working out. I don't know. Maybe I'm enjoying the workout a little bit less. So maybe it's better that I stop doing it.
What I've felt is that I like to listen to podcasts when I'm doing cardio, like cycling or walking or running. Even running, like not running, just cycling I would like. But While working out, I'd rather listen to some music
Oh, nice.
because that helps me keep more focused on my workout than on the podcast. Because podcast is something you need to focus upon, right? Music is something that's
Yeah,
happening. Right? You're just there and you're working out to the music probably.
that's true. That's true. So I
That's
tried music in my workout yesterday. Actually, it felt, I felt more pumped. So it does do
Yeah,
that. Yeah, it
a
does
lot of
do that.
workout mixes, right? So they'll help.
Yeah, yeah. I'll try out and see what works best for me.
Mm.
Yeah. So another thing this week, Suhaib, is so I'm trying out. So if you know me now, like you know me well, so I like trying out stuff and seeing what works for me and what doesn't. So something I'm trying out is nose strips. Have you heard about these things?
No strips. I might have seen some YouTube video on it where it's something that you wear when you sleep, right?
Yes, exactly. So
Mm.
what happened is in the past month or so my nose gets blocked a lot, especially at night. During the day,
Mm.
you don't realize, it's okay. You go to the washroom, you clean up and stuff. But at night, it disturbs the sleep a lot, and you start breathing through the mouth, and that disturbs me a lot. So I used to spray. What do you call? You get those nose sprays, right? But those are very addictive. Addictive in the sense, once you start using it, and if you stop them, it gets worse. And
Yeah,
I
I've
didn't
heard
want
that.
this kind of. Yeah, I don't want to depend on something like that. So I changed my dependency. So I stopped using it, and it started getting worse and worse, like at night, because I already started using. So this is something I'm trying out. So nose strips are basically they stick to your nose, so there's nothing chemical about it. So they stick to your nose, and it opens up your nose. So if you like hold your nostrils and you
You breathe
pull
like
them
this.
out
Yeah.
and breathe, you feel like there's more air going in, right?
Correct,
So
correct.
that's what nose strips do, but not to that extent. This is like an extreme level of, let's say nostrils opening up, and it's been, yeah, it's been nice. I would say, like the moment, like as soon as I put it on, there's this very clear difference. I feel like with and without. It's as if somebody's holding it slightly open. When you fly your nostrils, right, you can breathe better. So that's what it does. But it does a better job, and you don't have to exert yourself. And
Yeah,
it's
I
been good.
think good.
It comes in many forms. I've gotten the one which is non-invasive. There's an invasive one as well, which goes inside your nostril. So that felt too uncomfortable.
Totally opens it up.
Yeah, but this one is nice. It's nice.
Good.
I think it's all the weather change, everything that's causing me to, have blocked nose consistently.
Hmm. I'll try it.
Yeah.
Maybe I can. Yeah. Do you sleep on your back or your side?
Generally on my side. Again, why on my side? What do you do?
I sleep on my side.
Any reason, or is just preference?
It's just preference. I feel I can, I think I can curl up my body a bit more, and it's easier. I sleep on, generally I keep changing in between sometimes. I don't know
Yeah.
which is my favorite side, but yeah.
Yeah.
What
I
about
sleep
you?
on my side because when I sleep on my side, I don't know, there's some fluids inside the nose, and one of the nostrils opens up, the one which is up. So that's the reason I sleep on my side. And if I sleep on my back, like it could be the case that both of them are partially blocked, which is again an issue. So side is the way. But yeah, I keep shifting, during the sleep. I don't realize that I'm changing anything.
I've seen you uploaded, like you've been quite frequent in uploading videos about the gaming addiction stuff. So how's that been coming along? Like, how are you able to upload so quickly? Like,
Oh,
your frequency has increased a lot.
yeah, it takes there's work involved. So I have a kind of a system for myself where, first of all, I record 2 videos back to back, so that batches the things. And the editing, so I've, how do I put it, so I have a system for myself. So this is not the first time I'm recording, or yeah, so it's not the first time I'm recording. So I'm like, I have a system for myself, so I know how to quickly set up the camera, to set up the lighting. I have the topics ready beforehand. Everything is ready when I start recording, so all of that is there. Even when editing, let's say I'm used to editing right now, so I have a set of style that I like, so that's the way I do it. And set of, let's say, b-rolls, you know what b-rolls are, right? Yeah, set of b-rolls that I know when to record, what to record. Maybe I'll record it while editing, so when I'm editing, I'm like, okay, this will go well here, so I'll just record something. Maybe it's like me holding the phone, or me, gaming or something, so I'll quickly record that. So all of this. And so it all comes down to having a system, so that's the key here. And I just try to squeeze in work here and there, so even if it's like 10-15 minutes, I'll do it.
And you plan out the video beforehand, right?
Yeah,
scripting and the things like that.
Okay. So I don't script the whole video. I'll have like pointers and other things. So I'll talk out of the air, let's say. Not of the air, how do you say it? I'll talk from my mind, yeah, not from a purely a script. But I'll have like some pointers to, okay, just to have a guideline for the video, an outline. Okay, what should I talk in the beginning, in the middle, and the hook. What's the hook, right? The first, let's say, 15 seconds of the video. That's something I might script, yeah. But other than that, it's all like, some bullet points that I'll have, because those are very important. And yeah, I think it's because I've been doing it for so long that I know what needs to be done and other stuff. So I've been doing since almost, it's going to be 2 years in September.
Wow, it's been so long now.
Yeah, I've not been very consistent, but yeah, I've done, like, I was just checking out, around 55 to 60 videos. So yeah, that helps.
Intense. Yeah. And how's the reception for the gaming gaming led content?
It's fine. Like, it goes up and down. It depends on the topic. There's a lot of this thing. So I'm trying to build something around the gaming, this one, helping people who have this issue. So that's what I'm trying to do. And like right now, no clients or nobody has contacted me yet, but for that to happen, I need to have like 2K 3K views at least on few videos that I upload. So I'm not there yet. It'll take a while. So this is also, let's say, an experiment that I'm doing, where okay, I'll put out 10 videos in 5 weeks, so basically 2 videos per week, and see how it goes. And some videos are popping up, some videos are a bit cold. Actually, this week, both the videos that I've uploaded have done well, so that's good to see. So
good.
This is something, yeah. So maybe Suhaib, you can chip in on this one. So uploading on YouTube it's a challenging thing, yeah. It takes effort to do it, yeah. You plan out. It takes, like, let's say, around 8 to 10 hours per video, yeah. It's not a small like, there's editing, planning, recording itself, and handling the files and other stuff, and all this effort goes in. And then when the video doesn't do well, yeah, it gets like 50 views or 60 views, it's just disheartening. But sometimes you put the effort and you upload and it does well. So there's this highs and lows. When it doesn't do well, it feels very disheartening. You put all this effort, and when it does do well, of course, you're happy and stuff. But
correct,
like, if it's like, as humans, we tend to focus more on the negative side of things. Like, I did so much effort, that video didn't do well. Even if another video does well, or whatever it is, it's not just about videos, yeah, it's other aspects of your life as well. You put so much effort into maybe, I don't know, when you're a student, you put effort into your exams and then you didn't do well, you feel disheartened, like, okay, I did so much work and then, my marks are so shitty, or whatever it might be. um, so I have this kind of, let's say, an idiom, like, do you agree with how much do you agree with it? So it's, don't base your let's say, don't base your yourself, like how much progress you have made, on external things, but on the internal things, not on the outputs but on your inputs. That is, okay, have you uploaded 10 videos in 5 weeks or not, irrespective of how well they do it. So don't be like, okay, I'm today, like, so there are two kinds of targets you could do. Like, I want to have 1,000 subscribers by end of this month, or you could have, okay, I will upload 5 videos end of this month. So one is in your control, the other one kind of not in your control. Like, where do you operate? Like, do you base yourself more on external things, or more of like, okay, I need to do this, but the results are, not, I mean, I wouldn't say they are not important, but you don't get too emotional about it.
Interesting. Yeah, I think definitely, like, majority of the what you should focus upon is, did you do the work or not, right? You cannot expect some results without doing anything. So it's good that you're disheartened that, and after you did something and something didn't work out, rather than nothing working out and then you're like so yeah. That's a better position to be in, where you did something and then you got disheartened. Now the next thing is, you need to be improving, right? So another way to look at it is, like, you have a goal. It's always good to have a goal, and you should always modify what you're doing, like tweak what you're doing to see what I can do to improve that goal. So those two things, one is the doing, like, keeping doing the hard work. The second is taking a look back as to what I did and what I could improve upon. The day you feel you cannot improve anything, that's when probably you think about, okay, maybe it's not the right thing. Another maybe time factor. I'm not sure how YouTube really exactly works, but maybe there's a time factor to it, right? Yeah.
So I used YouTube as an example, but it's also like, let's say, like we discussed swimming, right? Like, maybe, like, I have a swimming goal. Yeah, it could either be I swim 3 times per week, that's just the goal, or it could be by end of this month, I don't know, maybe end of this year, I need to swim less than 20 minutes. Sorry, I need to swim 1 kilometer in less than 20 minutes. So these are two different goals, right? Like, one is like, I mean, both are in your control, but the other one is depending on how well you can progress physically. There's more to it, but the other one is just showing up and doing the work, and that's it. You get me, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Even your work, yeah. Like how would I put it for your company, yeah, for a client, so you do stuff. So either you could have a goal like, okay, we need to release this feature by this end of this month, or it could be we need to have 10 clients by end of this year. So 10 clients is, it's kind of a bit less in your control than you releasing the feature. Yeah. So both are goals that you could have, but which side of, where do you want to be? Like, what kind of goals do you like setting?
I think they both are not different goals. They both are working towards one goal, which is towards having 10 clients. So I don't want to have just the goal of having to release a product at the end of this month, but it's just a stepping stone towards having those clients.
Okay, maybe I didn't give you the right example. So let's say it could be either have 10 clients by end of this year, or you need to make 100 cold calls by end of this year. You get the difference now? So one is in your control. You can call at your wish. The other one, having the clients, it's much less in your control. So you get it. So what kind of goal do you prefer in this case? Both are like, maybe this example is more
Yeah,
relatable to you.
I think, yeah, so to set an arbitrary number to yourself is not good, right? Like maybe have some clients, definitely have the goal of having 100 calls. So that should be the goal. But also, at the end of that, try to see what you did, try to analyze things, try to see how you can do better next time. So yeah, it can be disheartening, but you should not. You should use this as a learning thing and move ahead.
Yeah, but like I've been trending more towards setting goals where doing them are more in your control than not. But of course the end goal is achieving, like whatever it is, like having these many subscribers or not. But what are the things that you need to do? So those could be your goals, rather than, okay, I need to have 1,000 subscribers. More of like, okay, I need to upload these many videos and I need to improve the quality, or whatever it could be. It's a stoic way of thinking. You've heard of this one. So do things that are in your control. Like things out of your control are not in your control. But even though they could be a goal, but your main focus would be on what things you need to do, rather than focusing on that number or whatever thing out of your control is.
Yeah, makes sense. I think in that case you need to make a plan as to, okay, if I do this, then there is a chance I might get 1,000 subscribers or 10 clients. Now, as long as I stick to my plan and do this, without looking how far I've come ahead, and like making that as the primary motivator for me, rather focus on just executing the plan, and at the end of it, either you have it or not. If you don't, then you adjust yourself.
Yeah, true. This kind of thinking helps in things which take a lot of time to for you to see the results, because in terms of, like, for example, fitness, it takes time for you to see changes.
I think I can relate to what I've been doing at Clienta in a way that we plan out a set of features and we build them, right? Now, at the time when you're building those features, you might get distracted, you might go for the next shiny thing, you might want to try out some other things, you might want to scrap out what you did and do something else. But that's not the right way to do it. You've set out a feature, you set out a plan, build those things, and then put down your head and do those things. At the end of it, just raise your head and see, like at regular intervals, as to what needs to be changed.
That's true. So I was just listening to this podcast. So there's this let's say author called Ryan Holiday. Have you heard of him?
I've heard about him.
Yeah. So he was saying, like, he's an author who has published I don't know, like 10 to 15 books by now, and he's writing his books and other stuff, and sometimes he looks at his friends who are like real estate agents who are doing very well financially. So he looks at his friends who are real estate investors, and they're doing good money, and then he thinks, like, oh, should I become a real estate agent? There's good money there. Should I do that? I mean, it's influence. You spend time with your friends, and then he talks to his friends, and they are like, can I become a writer? Is it possible? It sounds like a very good opportunity. So of course, like, it's I mean, obviously they're good at real estate, they've been doing it for so many years, they know the stuff. You need to focus on one thing. And like, even with me, like, sometimes I feel like, oh, should I do SaaS, like as an indie developer, solo developer? Should I do that? Oh, should I do something else? But I've now set my mind, okay, I'm gonna focus on this one thing, helping people with excessive gaming. And like, there are many shiny things which come up, oh, I could do this, I could do that, or whatever. Oh, there's this job opening here, maybe that would be nice. um, but yeah, like you said, you need to focus on one feature, finish it, and then see if it's, if it's for you.
Good, good. So coming to doing things, staying on top of things. I wanted to ask you, do you have a productivity to-do list, like a thing like a to-do list or Apple reminders? What do you do and how do you keep
Notion.
Notion? You use
So
Notion?
yeah, I use Notion. Notion is very powerful if you know what to do. So you can get started with it, and just see some, watch out some tutorials. But I don't have a to-do list or something. Um, it's just so I think one key thing is writing out your, let's say, your life vision. So what do you want with your life? I don't know if you have done this exercise already. It doesn't take too long for you to sit down and put it into either pen or paper or wherever, something external, and keep looking at it every now and then, probably every quarter. So this helps me in getting this motivation about, okay, I want to go for a swim. Oh, this, it aligns with my life goal, so it's easier. I don't need too much of a mental effort to, oh, I need to get up and go. It just becomes part of who I am. So it's part of my identity already. And the biggest thing that I attribute it to is to set my life vision, what I truly want from my life. I mean, it doesn't need to be something rigid. It is very flexible thing, but it's just putting it there and just looking at it. Yeah. Because I've tried to do list. Yeah, okay, I want to, like, eat healthy, I want to work out, I want to get better into my relationships, I need to call my friends and family more often. So all of these things I've tried to do, put it in a list and all that. It's not worked for me. So yeah, but I do put it on Notion, like what my life goals are, and then from that I draw things. Okay, what do I need to do on a daily basis or a weekly basis or whatever, a monthly basis. So that's how it is.
Okay, so now my question was like, when you wake up, like how do you know what needs to be done today? Like, is it something that you go with the flow? You have a very largely you have a plan for the day, but then how do you keep on top of things throughout the day?
Yeah.
Notion.
So I have a set routine. I think we discussed this in one of our episodes. So when I'm at home, there's a routine, and when I'm outside, there's a routine. And I try to do some workout every day, either like a simple yoga, or even if I'm not in the mood for it, or the gym or swimming. So there's Huda's sleeping schedule, so that kind of puts some kind of barriers into my schedule. There is, I don't know, like, I don't set out what I'm going to do per day. It's more of a weekly thing for me. So this week, like, I have a weekly planning and reflection, just 20 minutes during the weekend. So I'll just look at my previous week, what I planned for it. Did I do the things I said I wanted to do? And the current week, what are my plans for this week? Like, for example, this week, one of the plans is to have this podcast and then upload it. The other plans are to upload 2 videos. Another plans are to work out these many days. So these things, I have a list for the week, and then I try to fit it in throughout the week. But yeah. I've heard doing it daily is better, but right now I'm not up for it. It just feels too much of work.
Yeah. I also tried a lot with to-do lists. You start out well a couple of days, and then it just falls apart immediately. Like, it falls apart very quickly, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I've not had very good luck with this thing. So I just have a notebook where I write stuff that I need to do. And I just refer, okay, yesterday these were the tasks, some of them were completed, some of them were not, so I'll just try to do yesterday's task, try to play catch up. So I'm currently doing day before yesterday's tasks.
It's fine, bro. I, like, even at work I have a to-do list or something, but I move things forward a lot. It's totally fine. Don't what do you say, don't be disheartened that, oh, I planned it for today but I am doing it 2 days later now.
Yeah. One thing I've
It's
done
fine.
better recently is not over plan, because out of motivation, out of self confidence, you tend to write a lot of things you want to get done in a particular day, but turns out you won't do any of them. But if you write just one or two things, the important ones, there's a good chance you'll do them.
Yeah. So what I would suggest you to do is like take everything as an experiment. Just try out if this is working out for you or not. If not, okay, try out whatever whatever is next in your list. Just see what works for you and then go ahead with that. That's how I do. So even the weekly planning thing right now, I'm trying it out and seeing how it goes. This was the 4th week. It's going well. I think it's not just planning, it's also like a weekly reflection, like what happened during the week and other stuff. Even our call today is like a weekly reflection.
Meta.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very meta. So
Very meta.
one thing that I really enjoyed doing last week, on a Sunday, we went to meet an accounting firm. So there's an accounting firm that does accounting for US based clients, and they are our ICP, ideal customer profile. So we went there, we talked to them of our product and what we need to do and all that. So we got a very good validation about what we are doing, prioritization of what we can remove, and also what else we can do, what is the real pain points. So it was quite good, motivating, it helps us, set our path clearer, things like that. So that was quite a good experience. And for anybody who's starting out any business, I would say the first thing, one of the most important things, to have regular meetups with your customer. Try to understand what they require. So right now, it's never too late. So I think we have been too late. We've started building this company for almost 5 months now, and my co-founder has met a lot of these customers, but I myself have not met. So I think this is one of the things that I told Aditya is like, let's set up regular, as much as we could, try to speak to as much of customers as, at least one or two, in a month, like start off with that, then, show our product to them as much as we can, because people are ready to listen. People are ready to give out gyan, feedback. That is the, so that was fun.
Yeah, that's a good way to go. Like I'm also doing this solo thing. I'm trying to do at least something on the side, and I can relate to it. Like I've been like doing the research. It's one of the things is like go where your customers are and try talking to them. Like try to understand their pain points, what those are. So even I've been trying to do the same. Like there are online forums and other stuff where I can find out, because physically nobody is ready to talk about their gaming problems. It's very difficult. I try to find some people through some Facebook ads and other stuff, but nobody is ready to get on a call or even just chat. So yeah, so I wanted some experience to understand what are the pain points they have. I mean, I've been through it, so I understand most of it, but talking to somebody else gives you a bit much clearer perspective, at least to 3 people. And
I think that should be a very like one of the things that you should try to do always. Try to get as much as exposure to your customer. That it's a very common advice. Like if you listen to any SaaS podcast, right? There's a very good chance that one of the suggestions that they'll give is talk to your customers as much as you can. But when it comes to actual implementation and when you're trying to do it, that goes away from your mindset, because you're so focused on the product. So
I agree.
That's why I think this is very common advice, because people just say like, even though it's a common advice, like I didn't do it for the longest time, so I'm just advising people to do it.
Okay. Yeah. It's like this, right? Like there's the information for doing good business is already out there. It's just about taking it and implementing the things. With everything, I think there's no information issue right now in the world. Most of the things you want to know about, you can find out. It's about implementing those things and time.
Speaking of, we talked a lot about planned things, but speaking of unplanned things, I heard Huda locked herself. What's
Oh yes.
that about?
Oh yes. So my daughter Huda is turning 2 soon, and now she can. I mean, for the past, let's say, 2 to 3 weeks, she can reach the door handles and open doors. So she knows how it works. Yeah, the mechanics. And she got into my study here, and she closed the door. I mean, the door was closed. I don't know if she closed it or somebody else. And I think she was trying to open the door, but she's very curious, right? Like, so she saw the lock. So it's not the key lock, but the normal latch. So she just rotated it by herself and locked herself inside. Yeah, very unfortunate. And of course, she was crying, like trying to get out. She couldn't get out, and she started crying. And we reached, and there was a big panic in the house. Yeah, especially her mother. Of course, we didn't have a key outside, else we would have immediately opened. Nothing. So she was locked, and we were trying to calm her down. She was crying all this while. Yeah, she's also panicking, and we are panicking, like, because this is a study. There are some things she might pull down and hurt herself or whatever. Fortunately, so we have like a security in the building, security and maintenance people. So they came in. It was around 20 minutes. So they came in, they smashed the door. Actually, no, they didn't smash the door, they smashed the lock, and they broke the lock open. So just the lock, the door is fine. So the door still closes and opens, but you can't lock it. And alhamdulillah, she was fine, she was not hurt at all. And we tried to pass some toys and stickers under the door, so she got a bit distracted by that. But that was good. but it's a learning experience for sure. Yeah. So we made sure we removed keys from all the doors, and if there are let's say automatic locks in the door, we made sure to keep the keys outside that room, so that so this is a learning experience for sure.
Yeah. I think even I almost had that experience. I hope Huda is fine now and everything is.
She's fine. She was fine. Like, I promised her, like, I'll get you ice cream and chocolate, and she got distracted by that as well. So she came out, she remembered that, let's go for ice cream. Like, ice cream, let's go. Yeah, so we got some ice cream for her.
So even in our home, all the doors locked from the inside. Like, you can press a button on the inside and then you can close the door. It's locked from the inside. But all of them have keys, so we keep them all outside. So that is. So recently, Iman was sleeping inside. Then I locked the door and then I almost closed it. I'm like, why did I lock the door inside? And okay.
Yeah, it's scary stuff with kids. It is a bit of a panic. So actually, Fatima panicked a lot. So I didn't panic as much. I don't know. We were trying to be polar opposites.
You were stoic.
Yeah, I was trying to calm. It's okay. Like, nothing is gonna happen. But there was, of course, a mini panic in me as well. So I was thinking what to do, and then I thought about, okay, I can call the reception in the building and get them. Fatima is like, no, they're not gonna hurry up. So she went down to get them. So like, hurry up, please. My daughter is stuck inside. Yeah, they came quickly. Yeah, they came quickly. Yeah, it was, let's say, there was a lot of adrenaline in the house during that time. Yeah, bro.
All right.
That's all from me. Nothing else. I don't know. Do you follow Euro football? Did you follow it?
No. Nothing.
You don't follow anything right now?
Nah, nothing. I don't follow anything, to be honest.
Yeah,
I just look at the scores though.
Okay. So you know who won, or is it not over?
I mean, I don't do. It's still going on.
Oh, it's still going.
The group stages.
Okay. That's all. All right. I thought it's like almost over. Okay. That's what I wanted to know, who won. Okay. It's not over yet.
It's such kind of things I enjoyed better with people who also have that same interest.
Yeah.
For the longest time, I used to watch Premier League Chelsea football. I used to not miss it because my flatmate was a Chelsea fan. We could watch it together. But After that, I just stopped.
Yeah.
Just the
Even
highlights.
me. Oh, just the highlights. Okay. I don't follow anything right now. So the only thing I watch is, I mean, of course, YouTube. I watch YouTube a lot. And
Yeah.
I mean, I think I kind of want to watch YouTube as well. I learn a lot as well from
Yeah,
watching
YouTube
YouTube.
is the best.
And Monk, as I mentioned. Adrian. All right. See you then, Swim.